Greetings. You're listening to the Aquila View, and I'm your host Narayan. And we're back again with yet another very interesting episode of the Aquila View today. We have with us Team Bold from the British School, India. Moving ahead, over the next course of 20 to 25 minutes, we'll be talking to all of these young girls over different aspects of Formula One in schools and their very busy and adventurous journey till here. The team definitely is participating with us in the national finals and definitely is the best team in terms of all girls team that we have been seeing in the circuit. Before wasting any time ahead, welcome everybody to what we call the Akulavi family. I hope you all have been doing extremely well and healthy, seeing the situations that we all are going through right now. Before I actually move into the podcast, I'd like you all to just please break the ice for us and give us a short and brief introduction about yourselves, what your hobby is, and what's your role in Team Bolt. We'll be following the alphabetical order and we'll start with Aditi.
Hi, so I'm Aditi. I'm the manufacturing engineer for Team Home. So basically, I work with the fusion and the design engineer to make the car and stuff. And my hobby is obviously physics, maths. They're really interesting. And yeah, cars and like engineering.
That's amazing. Bani.
So, hi, I'm Bonnie. I'm the resource manager of Team Bolt.
Okay. Katmia.
Hi, I'm Kasna. I'm Team Bowl's team leader, and my hobby is just like I like art, I like sports, so yeah, that.
Kimaya.
Hi, I'm Kamaya. I'm the design engineer, so I work with Aditi, the manufacturing engineer, with the car. So aside from F1, I would say my hobbies are music and maybe anything to do with science.
Awesome. Meher.
Hi, I'm Maha. I'm the graphic designer for the team. My hobbies kind of include playing football, reading, and playing the piano.
Amazing. So that was probably the best introduction that we had till date, right? And before I move into the conversation and bring in the first question, I'd like to know about the COVID situation back there in Delhi, and is it really better? And how is it different from what we have been seeing in the news? And what I mean, what I personally think is that news in the news we have been seeing a manipulative number and what we've been actually experiencing at the cremation centers are probably a whole together different aspect. So, what do you guys think about that?
Hi, so yeah, peak. So basically, in Delhi, the situation was really bad. Second wave hit. Nobody was expecting it to be this bad, and the numbers are actually really high. But now I feel that everybody's getting vaccinated, and people are now following the restrictions really well. So it's coming down, but it's still serious, and people are scared about the third wave and now the black fungus, which is also being activated. So I would just say that yeah, right now it's better, but it's not finished yet. So people still need to be really careful.
Exactly. So, I mean, as you stated about the vaccination process, so what do you think the process is going smooth, or I mean, is there any flaws that being there in the system, or I mean, how the vaccination process is going on back there in Delhi?
I feel like it will definitely take time because considering the population, it will be really difficult to ensure that each and every single one is vaccinated. So I feel like we all just have to be patient, follow the lockdown and just wait until it's safe enough.
Exactly. So, coming forward, how did you guys met each other, and how you all started your journey in Formula One in schools, and I mean, probably how Team Bolt came into existence, and how does that team formation look like?
So we're all in the same school and we're all in the same grade. So like we were friends like from the beginning. So we just decided like we saw this opportunity coming upon and we just talked it out. We decided we wanted to work in it and yeah, that's how we came together.
Amazing. So that probably that friendship helped a lot in order to came. I mean, in order to form Team Bolt what it is today, right?
The friendship really helped a lot as till date we haven't even fought once with each other. So I think it's really working out well.
Definitely. So, coming up, as we all talked about the COVID crisis and the lockdown as well. So, what do you guys think? I mean, since we as a team are participating for the first time as well, right? But and what we've been experiencing is the online version of Formula One in schools. So, what do you guys think would have been a better option, a physical competition or an online competition that we all are facing right now, or probably a hybrid version of both of these modes.
So obviously, I think a physical competition everyone would have wanted because it gives a completely different perspective into the actual competition. But obviously, seeing the circumstances, the best we can do is have it online. So I guess it's a mix of both worlds. But obviously, having it in person where we can actually see the cars racing and get the whole picture would have obviously been our aim.
Definitely. So probably, what's your opinion on, say, for suppose if the competition that is, I mean, that we all are facing is the online mode of it. So we're probably saving a lot of costs on pit displays and probably all of the logistics, right? So what do you think? I mean, should it be the same way because it saves a lot of costs and resources, and at the other hand, obviously, a physical competition is it's a experience in itself, right? So, what do you guys think, and what do you guys prefer? I mean, in the coming years, Formula One in school should adapt. I mean, should adapt.
Well, I mean, obviously, the experience is way better in person. Like, personally, for me, being the resource manager and having to do the competition online, all I did was really research different resources and then just have it be put on Fusion. But to actually, check the availability, the price, all of these other components is way better. Yes, it does save, like, in terms of cost, but I feel like you miss the experience if it's online. So I'm definitely pro offline.
Okay, that's amazing. So, I mean, coming up, why you guys are doing Formula One in school as a competition, and what do you think about when you see it as a competition? And I mean, probably when we answer about why you guys are doing it, probably there might be different answers. So, I'd like to hear from each one of you. So, we'd follow the same alphabetical order.
So F1 in schools, I personally feel, and we as a team feel that it not only helps to explore this world of engineering, mechanics, and the STEM relationships it has, but it also helps as a team. Like we have bonded and leadership skills and sponsorship skills, and just better communication and exposure to like new experiences which cannot be provided in school. Hence, we are doing this for just experience and exposure.
Amazing. So, is there anything personally attached to you? I mean, you are basically designing. You are basically the design and engineering engineer for Team Bolt, right? So probably you might be doing personally that would gain out of it is probably some of the engineering software that you learn out of it, and probably some engineering skills, right? So, is there anything personally that really attracted you to do Formula One in schools?
Yeah, so before it wasn't okay. So we study physics, we study math, but we never really think about a car, what goes into the mechanics. There's so many formulas: the drag, the friction, the aerodynamic structure. After taking part in F1 and the great mentor programs that we had, and with the help of our teachers, we actually understood how to make that and how to make our car the way we want it. Okay, so it's not like we just go in the shop and buy it. So it's really amazing to get the hands-on experience of it, and that really attracted me, and that's why I wanted to really work in the manufacturing engineering position.
Amazing to hear why you are doing Formula One in schools, right? Bani, what's your reason to do this competition?
Yeah, so basically, when I first heard of F1, I was like, okay, racing a car, not the best. But when I joined it, it was way more. It was way more than that. There was like so much involved in finance, gaining companies to invest in you, giving a successful ROI. And I love working with budgets and finance. I think that's really fascinating. So I thought it was really cool. So I guess that's why I kind of worked into F1. I wanted to learn, kind of go out of my comfort zone, try something with physics, and I thought being in an all girls team was going to be really cool as well.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Kasmia, what was the reason behind you are doing?
I think mainly because I wanted to participate in more STEM-based events, and I just needed like the courage to go there. And with my team, like being all girls, I think I found it really important to encourage more girls in STEM. So I think that's one of our main motives as well. And yeah, I think it was mainly because I wanted to try something new.
Yeah, that's great, right? Because promoting girls in STEM is really important, and I personally feel the same. And as Team Blaze is doing a great effort, and then probably are competing in the world finals, right? So that's great, right? Kimaya, why you are doing it?
Yeah, honestly, I wanted to give it a try just because I thought it was something different, something new, something that I never thought I wanted to go into. But it's been pushing me and challenging me in all different aspects. And honestly, I realized as I went into the competition that there's a lot more than manufacturing and designing a car in this competition. There's teamwork skills, there's communication, there's writing. It really pushes you in all subjects. So I think it's been a really great experience so far.
Exactly. I mean, definitely it's a wholesome experience being involved in Formula One schools, right? Meher, what's the reason why you are doing it?
So everyone else has pretty much said it all, but I feel like this is something I've never done before, and I thought it'd give me a different perspective into, like Aditi said, what goes into a car. I don't actually work in the mechanics of the car, I'm more in the design aspect of it. So the colors, the portfolios, social media, but I feel like this just teaches me a lot about life itself and how to work in a group, and obviously promoting girls in STEM is something that we always work towards.
Definitely, right. Coming forward in podcast session, I mean, this particularly question is for Kasmia because she's basically leading the team, right? So, Kasmia, what do you think is the role of a team manager, and where does it actually came into play? And what, according to you, are some true leadership skills that a leader should definitely possess in order to have a successful competition or a team?
Okay, so I think being a team leader, team manager is not that easy as it sounds or as it says, because you have to really like manage everything that's going on. You have to get to know what each member is doing. You have to actually make a timeline on when we can finish with the deadlines, or when a work can like come out, or when we can show it to our, like mentors, and just get feedback. And I always have to like be there for the team. I have to support them, and I think one like good leadership thing I did was that I gave each and every member in my team a chance to be a leader themselves. So I actually created groups within our team, so in which we kept like one person a leader in an activity they were doing. So they would all get to know how it is to lead, to actually try to like be the head of something. So yeah.
Yeah, that's great to hear, right? And probably during this journey, you might have faced a lot of challenges, right? So, is there any particular challenge or instance that you'd like to share with us that was I mean, at that particular time you felt that all right, this is a big deal right now, right? So, is there any such instance that you would like to share?
I think one of the biggest challenges were that before our regionals, we had a problem with the car. So I think our car was a bit overweight and it wasn't following all the regulations. So it was kind of difficult to deal with it, and like trying to overcome the problems. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's great to hear, right? Coming forward, my next question is related to sponsorship. So, guys, what was the strategy you guys made in order to approach the sponsors, right? And was it through just mutual connections, or a cold email was being sent to them, or why? I mean, what was the reason that you guys told in order to the sponsor that why they should support you and why should they back you up, right? And I mean, what I rightly saw was that you guys have a lot of sponsors in regional, right? And you have a lot of supporters, and you guys are promoting STEM in, I mean, STEM girls in STEM, right? And probably you're promoting sustainability. So a lot of things is being going on, right? So there might be a strategy that you guys have made up. So I mean, if you could just share that out.
Yes, so the sponsorship manager is actually not here, so I'll take this question. So how we went about getting sponsors was basically first we looked like okay through mutual connections, and we were like okay, which sponsor should we have, and why would they help us, and would they help us make our team legitimate? And then we went about sending an email. So after the email, for some of our sponsors, for example, OM Toyota, which is a car dealership, we they set up a meeting with us through Zoom, which we had to present like a basically a presentation of why we are a good team. and why we are worth investing in, and also what our aims are as a team. So once again, that's where the whole idea of sustainability and girls in STEM come through. And the same with Hero Motor Corp. That's also one of our sponsors. They also have another project that they're doing, which is encouraging women drivers. So basically, just finding connections between companies and us, and then going ahead with that.
Yeah, that's a great thing to know, right? Because even while the pandemic is going, you guys are finding a way to probably connect with the sponsors and uh, being connect with them and probably finding a bridge or probably finding a link between how you guys could connect with that sponsor. That's really a great point that everyone should keep in mind while approaching sponsors, right? My next question is regarding the digital media and the marketing strategy that you guys are following, right? So probably every team that is participating in Formula One in schools have the social media accounts and probably website as well, right? So what are the strategies that you guys probably make in order to keep up with your social media updated, and how do you guys align it with your team identity and team vision, right? And what's your posting schedule be like?
So what we actually do is we try to target stuff that's not very commonly said. So we post regularly about girls in STEM and things that inspire girls to actually go forward with their dreams. We also don't exactly have a posting schedule. We want to post as much as we can. So maybe 3 times in a week, maybe only once in a week, maybe 4 times in a week. So we want to post as much as we can. And we target things that bring out the best in us and showcase our true team identity. So we always make sure that our team logo is there so that they know it's coming from us and it's a true source. And if we post about information, like we recently posted about the in how you can help India because we're in such a bad state with COVID. So we want to make sure that they know it's from us. We post true sources, and we don't only post about F1. We post about different things as well.
That's great to hear, and that could probably be seen on your social media, right? And that's great strategy, right? Uh, Coming up, my next question is regarding the manufacturing and design of your car. So probably, when you guys, when you just probably sit down to make the car, from the scratch and from the beginning. So is it inspired by anything? Or anything means, say for suppose you probably have a look to some of the cars in Formula One schools that have been performing really good, and probably some inspiration from nature. What does that inspiration look like, and how do you guys probably build that and design that car from scratch to the very end?
Yeah, so we aimed initially for something that's unique but still simple. And our first step was actually to extensively research and look at different inspirations. So we were inspired by not only real Formula One cars, but also cars from different succeeding F1 and school teams. So we just like focused on different features, how we wanted to make ours different, and almost combine them together. But again, as I said initially, that our first aim was obviously to keep it simple. So I guess we just kind of took different features from different cars and merged them together, if that makes
It definitely makes a lot of sense, right? And probably, as you said about like, you just keep it simple, right? So, keeping things simple is a really a good factor that everyone should consider, right? Because when you have the basics right, you probably could take that to any level, right? So, coming up, my next question is regarding uh, the competition in general. So, you guys definitely have cleared the regional round of the competition, and you're now competing in the national. So, what do you guys think is the most important aspect of this competition? Is it the pit display that we guys are creating, or is it the cars that we guys are designing, or is it the portfolios, or is it the sponsorship document, or what exactly do you guys feel is the most important aspect of the competition?
That every aspect is equally important. I can't really say that one part of the competition is better or more important than the other. Of course, you have like the scorecard, you have the regulations. It tells you like the setup of where the points are allocated, but each thing kind of affects the other. So I can't really say that there's one very important part, but I guess like the car, of course. very important that our car is, adheres to the regulations, and it's interesting, it's different, and it's of the best quality that we can have.
Definitely, I guess if you really want to just win the competition, every aspect is important. And I just said that probably following the scorecard is the best thing that a team could do, right? So, coming up, the next question that I really wanted to ask you guys is that I mean, you probably are the second team, if I'm not wrong, second all girls team from India participating. And why do you guys think that? All right, why girls in STEM should be promoted, and what's your vision behind that?
So basically, we really believed in girls in STEM participating and like promoting girls in STEM a lot because, firstly, if you go search on like Instagram or Twitter, you won't really find a lot of all girls teams or many girls participating in such events like F1. And if you even talk about this to like a general public or even in school, you won't really hear like girls won't really be that interested in F1 because they would think it's too much for boys or like that's that gender biasness kind of thing there. So we wanted to break that stigma and break that stereotype, and that's one of the main reasons why we promote girls in STEM so much because firstly there's a shortage of a lot of girls participating in such events, and mostly like we want other girls especially the um, to experience the amazing journey we had, like to have that experience in life where they would get to learn so much. And we also, like, despite even learning from so much, we also had an amazing time as a team. We got to know each other better. So I think that's a really important thing that we wanted other girls or younger generations to go through.
That probably is great to hear about. What do you guys think about why girls in STEM, right? Probably coming up is that how how much does your school is supporting you guys in this competition? And is there anything? I mean, would you like to share that? All right, if school won't have been there, we won't have been able to do this particular thing.
Our school has actually immensely helped us. They've been like really, really supportive, and we actually each team in our school has a personal mentor who we can report back to, who gives us advice and everything. And it's been like really heartwarming and really nice, and how our team like leader and our team mentor have like really helped us through this, and they've supported us through our ups and downs, and they've just been there for us. So it's really nice how our school is always there.
That's great, guys, and probably your school is immensely supporting you guys, and that's great to hear, right? Probably coming up is, I mean, you definitely have qualified for the nationals and have successfully cleared regional level. So, what do you guys think should be your vision from now onwards in order to succeed ahead in the competition, right? I mean, what should be your particular main strategy that you should definitely be following in order to qualify for the world final?
I feel like now that we've kind of got a hang of the competition, it's definitely about working hard, having a focused goal, just really spending all of our time and effort on F1 so that we can have the best outcome. So I would just say work harder as a team, communicate, and just focus for our goal.
That's great, right? Probably hard work is something that probably wins you everything, right? And if you are really dedicated and passionate towards one thing and are probably following the time constraints, you probably will qualify the world final, or probably you may be the next world champions as well, right? And these are the same thing that probably we also believe that we should follow in order to succeed as a team. Lastly, to conclude, I'd like to know, I'd like to gain your opinion on if a kid that is between, if a kid that is aged between 9 to 19 uh, is is enrolling for Formula One in schools as a competition, what he or she is gaining out of it, and probably if the kid is not enrolling for that, what he or she is probably just missing, that is probably missing on in his life or in his or her life.
think enrolling in F1 would give you so many different things in life. It'll teach you how to work in a team. It'll teach you stuff about physics and mechanics. It'll teach you how to maintain a proper portfolio. Make sure that you have your work done in time so that you're not working at the last minute. And if you don't actually join or you're not looking to join, I don't think you will face it won't actually change your life drastically, but joining and enrolling will change your life and it'll actually help you in so many different things in the future and even in the present.
Definitely, definitely, man. I totally agree to what you said because definitely it won't change your life without enrolling. But when you enroll for the competition, you probably gain a lot of things that probably you might not gain just reading books or just be academic centric, right? And then probably uh, I mean, it makes you industry ready, right? And this is, I mean, it could definitely be one of the best decisions of your life. And as Formula One itself, Formula One in school itself says that it is a once in a lifetime experience. So, I mean, why not have that experience? So, by this, we have come to an end of this wonderful conversation with this amazing girls from the British school representing Team Bold. Till then, tune to the Aquila View. I'm your host, Narayan, signing off.